All right, we back with part 2 of my interview with the Sneaker King 215. Now, it's the sneaker show, all about the kicks. So first, let me ask you a question. How long have you been collecting and how many is in your collection?
I want to say about since maybe 97, 98. It's rough down there, man. I want to say anybody that's been to the house has been crazy. I've been blessed with, to get a nice big space, but I need something bigger now. I want to say maybe close to maybe 15, maybe 1,600, something like that. GRs, mostly a lot of grills, but it's a lot of shit down there for real.
Do you collect for the love of the game or the hype?
Both, but it depends on the artistry of it. Like I said, I'm a big thing of art and fashion. So if it's about, like, it depends on the silhouette. But if it's hype too, and the sneaker looks good, it's gonna be the same for me as well. Like, you know how we are about, like you said, the 90s. Mm-hmm. So like the Griffies and all that other stuff. Like I'll jump out the window to go get stuff like that. Or, like say some Charles Barkley's or something crazy. Or even if they were to bring back out like a certain Ewing, I'm right there for it. Like certain people, like a lot of young boys now, they don't really know about Ewings like that. Like to me, that's hype. So, it depends on what it is. Like, doesn't really matter.
Do you wear your kicks or you keep them on ice?
It depends on the sneaker. Like in the event, it's got to be something crazy. Like a sneaker con, I'm going to show out. I'm going to
be like disrespectful. You got to stand out in them joints.
So like like anything like that, I'm going to come to an event like with some shit on that's going to make everybody turn their heads. Usually when I'm outside, even at the hospital, like when I do work, like I try to have on like a certain pair of Crocs or something like that. Like I'm always trying to like one up somebody, like all the time.
All right, so you brought a few sneaks here today. Let's get into the top 5 pair of the collection you brought today.
So, top 5. Let me start out with this.
You didn't give us a reason why they in your top 5.
All right. LeBron 10 Crown Jewel. This sneaker right here is like, it's a beautiful, look at the silhouette is just crazy. His 10s are, no matter what to me, his 10s will always be my favorite of his line. This right here is like, of course you can hoop in it, but man, if you look at all the details, like look at the details, bro. Like this ain't no regular shoe. Like, when it comes to LeBron's, like the 10s just stood out to me all the time. I've got multiple 10s, but this right here has to be like one of my favorite 10s. Yeah, MVPs are nice, that's a hype. But this right here is like in between the hype and the regular.
Fun fact about 10s, I got the Miami Dolphins colorway. Mm-hmm. I had a polo shirt, couldn't find nothing to wear with it. Brought these, went with it perfectly, wore them one time for my birthday, which is in a few days. So I swore it's size 9.5 if anybody want to get me anything. But I wore them one time and I haven't worn them since. They still just sitting there in my collection.
It's a beautiful sneaker, bro.
Yeah, what else you got?
All right, so, and we're going to go here. So, Joe Fresh Goods, the Hearts, these only came out in Chicago.
Those are crazy.
I had to get these. This is like something I bent over backwards for. I got a couple, I want to say cheat codes. Y'all know who y'all are out here, so I don't really pay too high for sneakers either. Like they really just, they look out and they tell me like, yo, bro, I got this. You want give me like 400? No, say no more. This right here, this was a must. This had to be.
Okay. What else we got?
All right. Everybody knows what this is. This is one of my favorites of all time. Like I said, I'm a big person on detail. And this sneaker right here, mind you, I hit these with the mink oil. So anybody that wants, their sneakers to last long, like I can print and pull and the glue is still fine and all that stuff. Just make sure that, you hit them with the mink oil and just, but this is self-explanatory. The glow in the dark, the details, the whys. Like this is where the shoe craziness, this is where the hypeness and the crazy came from. Like this right here is just, it's self-explanatory.
Okay. What else we got over there?
All right. This right here, I am a very, very Nike
SBs. These are
yeah. This is one of
top SBs ever.
some people's number one.
A lot of people.
But like this right here is just it's beautiful. And shout out to Nick Diamond. We have conversations like a lot. He's actually a very like people person. Like you should never be afraid if you have a question. Like he's a very good guy, bro.
That's one thing I've learned in this sneaker community. Like people are willing to talk to you and just help you out with them and everything. And never be shy. You see somebody, you might think, because you see them on Instagram, they got 1 million followers. Walk up to them, just ask them a question, have a conversation with them. That's one thing I've learned, that people are always willing to talk to you, help you out, give you some directions, whatever you need, especially in this community.
I thought he was going to be like a whole asshole. Nick Diamond is he's one of the coolest people on earth, bro. Like hopefully I get to sit down and have lunch with him sometime.
That's how I was about his name is Nick. Like I forget his Instagram name, but I seen him at SneakerCon. Went up and told him he actually knew who I was, and we kicked it, had a good conversation, and it was like nobody is too big in this community to talk to you. You got a question for somebody, walk up to them, just ask them. Most of the time, they'll help you out.
That's how we met, just
Just
regular people.
Yeah.
Bro. And my number one of all time, like this, I mean, of my top 5. And like I said, this is the newest pair, and I mean, as you can see, never worn, nothing like that. It's almost to the OG. It almost is, but this right here is just it's a lifestyle sneaker. I don't even know how he was playing ball in this shit. I'm gonna be honest.
A lot of the early Jordans, it was like, I don't know how you, I don't see it either with the 2s, the 1s, like you put the 1s on, I'm not sure how you play ball
Bro,
in these,
I don't even know.
He did it.
Yeah, he did it and did craziness in it too. But yeah, this is my top 5. I was gonna bring a 6. But I couldn't really fit the room for it. But I mean, it's probably my Paranormans because I've always talked about them on other things. I mean.
So let me see your most expensive pair.
All right, so most expensive that I paid for, right?
Yes.
All right, so not what they're worth, right?
Yeah, what you paid for.
All right, so this one right here, I searched, and a good friend of mine who was super into the whatchamacallit. So I'm gonna take this out. I don't know if you want to walk over there and see, you know what I mean? Go in there and look into it.
I'll catch it on the B-roll.
All right, so sample pairs. All right, this is friends and family.
Okay.
This cost me 30, it was somewhere in the 30s, like 36, 37, something like that. Friends and family, as you see. I have the originals too, the ones that the GRs that came out. These, the stamp is crazy, bro. The leather is so different. Like, this is a cheat code because I want to battle certain people, for my name, and this was something I was going to use. But yeah, go ahead and take a look at that. You can look at
we might have to do that on here, have a little sneaker battle. Some people pull up because I know somebody gonna see this and be like, he ain't got what I got. So if you want to challenge him, just let me know.
I got some things.
We can make something happen. All right, what's the sneaker that you have that not a lot of people have?
All right. So, like I said, very much an SB person. This is friends and family. You had to be out in the LA complex to grab this. This is one of them, but this is I've never worn this yet, and I look at this. So this is a true art piece. Like I've gotten a whole set. That's how me and Nick Diamond, we actually had our first conversation. I posted it, and he reposted it, and I reached out to him, and that's how we talked. And this sneaker right here it's just a beautiful piece to have.
Okay, yeah, I see this. I'm not real big on SBs, but these are very nice. I might like these over those actually. Bright colorway. I see you got some old school joints down there. Let me see what those about.
All right, so there was on your list of what do you call that? Like underrated.
Underrated, yeah.
Yeah. So this is underrated sneaker, man. Because this right here, I saw these, on the block, and people had these, and I mean the Elijah ones. These are old too. I've worn these a couple times, and they're still wearable. But yeah, it's, you already know what those are.
And if you notice, on the tongue it say Akeem. People don't remember he was Akeem. He added the H later on, but he was Akeem the Dream first. And these are a classic shoe. Akeem Olajuwon, Houston Rockets. All right, what else you got down there?
All right.
What's your holy grail?
All right. So my holy grail of all time is these bad boys right here. You would have thought I didn't think I was going to get them. I got very, very lucky. on the eBay auction. It came with I got pieces of the box that has the UPS and about time and all that on it. I still kept the box, and it came in its own little box and all that. These are.
Okay.
I don't think I've put in the sole protectors on them on the bottom because there's actual paint on there. I wore them one time to school in college, and people were losing their minds.
I say, what was that day like the first time you wore those?
When I walked into class, now anybody that remembers, I walked into class and it was mid conversation. It was anatomy and physiology. And then I walked in because I was late.
You walked in late on purpose, didn't you?
No, I really didn't. I'm late to everything.
Which shows you got to come in late.
I'm late to everything.
You got to come in late. Make sure everybody there first before you walk in with those.
Stopped on the board, all that. She stopped. She said, "Well, happy Back to the Future Day." And then everybody looked and they was like, "Oh shit!" And then one boy was like, "Bro, ain't no way." And I was like, "Hey, bro, listen, I'd really do this." And this sneaker right here is just. I can't. There's no words for this. Like the first time you saw him put his foot in this is the craziest thing of all time, bro.
My first time actually ever holding these in hand. Seen them a bunch of times, but the first time holding them in hand, these are a very great shoe. Like these, I like these. Like I said, they light up, so dope. All right, you got one last pair down there. What are those?
And this is a sneaker that I will never part ways with. I just wore these.
Sneaker that you would never sell?
Yeah. No, I didn't go through much with these. Again, a lot of this stuff on this table, this was the most. I paid the most for this. This only cost me, and like I've talked about this before, and the guy's name is Chris Velasic. I got these in New York. He's a very good guy because at first it was when these dropped, and everybody up there in New York, mind you, this is when SneakerCon was in the bottom of a church. So we were in the church, and when we went up there, and at first I passed on him. I said, bro, because he had every size. He had every size of these in a plastic bag, and it came with the other laces and all that. And first I passed. I said he wanted 1,000 for them. So all they were $1,000. Mind you, this shoe never released. So I passed on it. I got his number, and I went home, and I said, you know what, bro? I'm gonna go back and go grab them. I went up there to talk to him, and he actually knocked off $150 something, bro. Bro, that was the coolest thing ever, bro. And I to this day, and then we all know how much they're worth. I'm never getting rid of these. It's just, little stories like that make you hold on to certain stuff like this.
Sell these and buy a small car with this. These joints is nice. I like these. Freddy Krueger SBs. You can probably tell by looking at them what they are, but it's a very classic shoe. Got probably the three of the best SBs ever made.
Yeah, there's two at home that I left. All right, so I actually have a pair of White Lobsters. They were given, and he told me, listen, bro, don't ever sell these. I know how many's out here. I was like, all right, listen, I got a pair of those. There's a lot. I have a lot of SBs. Like I got the Pharrell SBs. I got Coralines. I got anything you think of. Like, bro, if I could really like sit up here and go through most of the grills of SB. SB is just, like I said, it's just such a minor shoe, but they put their artistry on it, and then it just look at how much it pops. Look at how much people go crazy just for this one thing. I wore these at SneakerCon, the last SneakerCon, and I made like 15 friends just off of this sneaker, walking through. And y'all looked down and said, bro, like, really? I was like, yeah, bro.
Well, I told you to bring some heat. You definitely did. So that's part 2. We'll be back with part 3.